Hello, my channel. This is Venkatesh.Sarivisetty. Welcome back to SmartDevops. So this video is about a roadmap for DevOps career path. Like this is not like the roadmaps which are provided by different people in that YouTube, but this is going to be a different roadmap for DevOps career path, especially in 2025. So welcome to the ultimate DevOps career path for 2025, first of all. And this roadmap will guide you through everything you need to become a top DevOps engineer in this year. And but here is the twist. So we are not just listing the tools and skills, and we are in a mission. Okay, it's just a mission, and think of it as a journey to planet of a DevOps, a world of automation and a cloud and modern infrastructure. Okay, let's launch. So let's jump into it and understand what I'm going to discuss here. So technically, what I want to say here is like, imagine, okay, when you are stepping into a vast DevOps universe, you think like a DevOps as a big universe, like with a full of tools, automations, and endless possibilities. Okay, but there is a challenge. Where do you start? How I can start this DevOps career? And how should I land on this DevOps universe? So many engineers struggle because they don't have a clear path. Okay, that is the main obstacle for them. So they don't know where to start and how to start up, kick off their things in the DevOps world. Okay, that is the main motto, and that is the main reason for me to create this roadmap, which will help you to navigate through the DevOps galaxy with a full of clarity. Okay, and the key message I just want to provide here is like a DevOps is vast. We have to accept that one, but really don't worry, we will break it down step by step and make sure the points which are going to provide in another 15 to 20 minutes in this video is very important. Please note down, and just who are all very interested to start this DevOps career in this year, these points are really going to help. Don't skip this video. Please follow this video till the end. Okay, and note down what are the points I'm going to provide here in this one. Before that, if you want to this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That will help me to provide this type of recordings in future. Let's go. So first of all, before starting into the emission, let's start into the basics. Okay, that's we call it as in the journey. We have a launch pad. Okay, before we launch into the advanced topics, but we must need to build the basic solid understanding of what are the basics you need to understand in the DevOps. Okay, before going into the advanced level. So you must and should build a strong foundation. Without this, your rocket won't take off. That is the note I want to provide here. So what are those basics? So as I mentioned here, Linux and shells. This is the very core important because when you start DevOps, it's going to be a first you need to think about DevOps in the sense like you are going to create an application, you are going to deploy that application, and you're going to build that application, but application is same where that application is there, where that application is running, that application is actually resides in one of the server. What is the server? Most of the cloud or most of the on premises, everything is running in a Linux based environments. There are Windows based environments, but most of the things were running on the Linux environments. So that's why the first basic point is Linux and shell scripting, because both are brothers, Linux and shell scripting. So if you want to handle anything on the Linux server, you should be learning the shell scripting. That's actually fuel of your DevOps. Okay, if you understand Linux in the sense there are so much of versions are available, so many OS versions are available. Okay, like if I say name it like Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, there are so many Linux things were there, but you should be knowing what are those, what are the names I said, and which will be suitable for your work. But as a beginner, as a DevOps beginner, you can choose any OS for your learning purpose. You can take any Linux host and you can do your deployments. You can do a small Git commands and shell commands inside that one. That will 80% of the DevOps works which is happen on the Linux only. Okay, that's why you should be knowing all the basic commands in the shell scripting and Linux. Okay, how to find out the space, how to find out the storage, memory, CPU. These type of things are the very real basic for a DevOps engineer. Next one is networking. Okay, networking and the security basics. Because when you start a Linux and you want to traverse with the different types of networking things also, like you need to how the firewalls are happening, how the DNS is working here inside that one. So that the very is real essential knowledge need to be there next to that Linux and shell scripting concept. Because if you don't know what is happening, like if you want to connect to the server and you want to have a protection to that server, that's your security. And at the same time, how the traffic is traversing into this server, how the traffic is going from this server. So you should be knowing this networking pieces also. That is, you have to know how the data is flowing and how you are protecting that data to expose to the external world. For example, if you have a database server hosted in a Linux-based machine, you shouldn't expose the traffic to the external world. You should protect that host. So how you can protect that one? So these are the things you should be knowing. How an application servers, like how you can communicate this application server with the web server. So these things and all, ingress traffic, egress traffic, so many network pieces. If you know it, that is really a very, very basic, I can say. Underline my word, Linux and Linux concepts and the networking security basics are very important. So if you are strong on these two things, the next coming thing is your actual DevOps kickoff thing. So that is called Git and version controlling. What is Git? Why should I need to use? Because I don't want to confuse with the different repository tools here. I just want to tell you that Git only. Why? Because the global wide used term for making maintaining that repository is Git and GitHub only. So what are the projects you are doing? It's something like, I'll tell you a small example. You are writing a code in your machine. Okay. You are writing that one. How should I take your code and update my changes into your? Is that possible? When you are using two different machines, how I can able to update your code? Not possible. So that what DevOps engineers and how the Git was evolved is like they have created a repository and they provided this GitHub. So if you have a GitHub account, you can store what are the project you are doing on this one. You can upload that into your GitHub repository, and that GitHub repository anybody can share and do the changes, and they will create that branches in that GitHub, and they can use that purpose. So that is the main usage of Git. That is a usability. That's a reusability and maintenance, accountability. So those things are comes into the Git and GitHub functionalities. So basic maintenance of your code. Why we need to maintain this version controlling in the sense? Imagine in a organization, um, a single application which is managed by many developers, right? So they need to update their branches, they need to update their code in that one. So everybody's having the piece of code and they are maintaining their own branches. At one point of time, once the changes are done, they need to update that into the master branch. Master branch is your actual code. You need to update that one and release the code. Got it, right? So like that, we are moving this Git version controlling. So the second person is still doing the changes, third person is doing the changes, but the first person change is already updated in the Git repository. So the change went for the release. So that is one concept. And the next concept is like, so that's the Git version, so that every GitOps need to understand about this process. And finally, we have, as I said in my previous videos, like how the scripting and how the Python or shell scripting are. So because the core here is like automation, everything. So if you are clicking buttons manually, you are doing it wrong. So that's the reason you just need to focus on the automation also by using your wish. Like it's just my understanding. My suggestion is to start with Python. That will be easy. And if you want to go for the advanced level also, Python will be a best choice. Okay. So don't skip this. If you skip this basic things, everything else will be confusing. So don't skip this one. And the main key message I just want to put here is like a weak foundation leads to confusion. Master the basics first. So that's very important. And the next one is, so now you are good with the uh, basics, and now I'm going to take you to the little little advanced. It's not actually advanced, it's little we are going into the next orbit, that we call it as so many DevOps tools which you want to be master. Because if you want to stay a long term in the DevOps world, what are the tools you require for to master on this one? The first one is, as you know, containers, because nowadays everything must be containerized. So you want to understand how a image can be built, how that image can be converted into a container, how you are using that containers into your Kubernetes. So many dots you need to understand. Rather than learning Docker, you just need to understand what are those dots, and you can map those things and make it clear on these areas. And once you are good with this containers concept, you can go to that Kubernetes, the orchestration platform, how you can deploy n number of services, n number of multi-services, microservices into your environment. So that will be your modern way to deploy your applications at a scale, and how you can scale up and scale down. So those things and all will come under the Kubernetes. And the second one, so the third one is like infrastructure as a code. So as Kubernetes as how much it is important, and you have that importance on this Terraform also. So because the infrastructure, it's very easy right now to build the infrastructure like a software. So you should be master on this Terraform also, this 2025. And the CI/CD pipeline Jenkins, we have extra mile advanced on this 2025. It's not only with the Jenkins, we have so many tools like GitHub Actions, Argo CD. So many tools were there. Just you need to understand the essence of it, like what is this actions will do. Okay. So if you understand this one, you will think like, okay, CI/CD pipelines are very simple. So how you can make use of those different tools to make use of your automation of the deployments. Finally, observability. So we need to understand this monitoring tools, Prometheus, Grafana, ELK. Why the question here is like you are doing something, you are fixing something, but if you don't have any monitoring, that's useless. So that is the main essence of the observability is very important. Because of this observability only, the future AI is going to be run on that one. AI ops is going to be run on that one. Okay, without these tools, you cannot work in the modern DevOps culture. Okay, so the teams evolve, but automation, scalability, and monitoring remain your core pillars. So focus on these areas: automation, scalability, and monitoring. Okay, that is the very important stuff here. So coming to that next orbit, once you are expert on this, master on the previous things, what I said, and what is going to become in the 2025 trend is like AI plus DevOps. As I said, like whatever we are finding, detecting, self-healing, using your monitoring and observability things and all, that can be automated by using a AIOps in future. And at the same time, whatever the single source of truth we are maintaining the Git, that is going to be managed infrastructure, the application, the Git. Whatever the commit you do on your branch, on your master branch or your main branch, that will get updated, and it will the change will reflect your cluster. And DevSecOps. Security is as a built-in into your stage of the deployment. So that's going to be with your application travel from end to end. So wherever we have the security breach or security vulnerabilities arised, that will get triggered. It will get update to the developers to fix that one on spot. And at the same time, we have multi-cloud and hybrid cloud using our cloud services like AWS, Azure, and GCP. And the combination of these three also it's coming to be play a crucial role in the 2025 trends. And the edge computing and serverless concepts, which is going to be high level, that is maintaining in the AWS level. We have AWS Lambda, and we're going to use some Kubernetes components also to make our system to be faster, cost effective, and at the same time, highly scalable. Because the industry is really shifting, very fast shifting. Okay, we need to be stay ahead or else get left behind, because people are trends are going like that. You need to be very stay ahead, so be ready for taking any tools, and you need to be digest those tools as quickly as possible, so that to stay survive a long run in the DevOps world. Finally, DevOps is not just about CI/CD anymore. It's about AI, security, and at the same time automation at a big scale. Okay, so then, so this is your choice right now. As I said, like we have DevOps, DevSecOps, GitOps, AIOps, so many things were coming, right? So there are few more tools I just want to cover in this pattern, like SRE. So what is SRE? Okay, SRE is very focused on the system reliability and scalability. That means when you completed your DevOps build and where DevOps applications were deployed and it's running good, the SRE will be focused on that system to maintain a reliable system. That means how reliable this system is running when the traffic is coming on, and how we can scale that application. Is it really required maintain to scale that application? And so this his focus is on maintaining these two, reliability and scalability, using a different types of objectives and metrics. That is the duty of SRE, but this is a next level of DevOps, guys. Okay, it's not for the beginners of DevOps. The next point is like platform engineering. This is like a people from the platform engineering will build the internal tools to help the developers to move fast. Like a developer don't know about Terraform, don't know about Kubernetes. What platform engineering team will do? They will build one system for them, and that will be provided to the developers to make their testings or make your things faster. That is the duty of platform engineering. DevSecOps is very much focused on the security, automations, and compliance. That's a different job and different sector is allocated for the DevOps, DevSecOps. Okay, but each path requires a specific skills, so we need to choose wisely. Okay, whichever you are interested on and how far you are advanced on the DevOps, you need to rate yourself and you can decide it whether your choice is on SRE or platform engineering or okay. DevOps is not just one role, guys. Pick a specialization that excites you more, so that it will be a long run for you and it will be very interesting for you why you choose that path. And finally, we reached the end of the things. I just want to give some tips on that one. So how you can make you sure, like how you can complete or how you can start your career on this 2025. For beginners, I just want to suggest you build a personal project like deploying a CI/CD pipeline, automation of the some little infra using Terraform, whatever tool you prefer to, and also make sure to contribute to the open source. So much of projects will really help you. That will make you a limelight, I mean that brings you a limelight into the open sources and real world impact. That will give you so much of job offers also. And certified on any one of the tool which you are interested. Don't waste your money, but put your money on the sectors which you are interested. Like if you're interested on Kubernetes, go with the CK. If you're interested on the infrastructure, go with the Terraform. If you're going with the cloud, go with the cloud services certifications like AWS, Azure, or GCP. And mainly start sharing your blogs, YouTube or LinkedIn post, whatever the things you are doing it, and keep learning it, and keep experimenting it, and keep innovating the things. So don't stop it. If how much you are learning, how much you are experimenting, that will really stand you in the top for a better opportunities. Okay. If you are serious about your DevOps, start today. Don't delay. Okay. That's the end of this video. I hope you like this. Thanks for watching this video. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel to get more content like this in my channel. Thank you.